Okay, I'm going to try one more time to make this audio. I want to talk about the Q module and what it does. Specifically, Q module, in my opinion, based on the historical fact of research and development completed to date, involving construction of a computer network that is privately owned. Q in its simplest form is going to replace what be. And the reason it's going to replace what it be is not because of me, but because of what it does. Under law, it is the world's first is your end of poverty and debt solution for human beings. And that'd be a fact. As the independent de facto de novo bank, currently stuck over here in a war zone because of crimes against me and my family, and the father of a kidnapped child, I'm just trying to make sense of the world I live in, with the understanding that when you go against the grain, which is what I've done my whole life, I just wanted people to know why today. And to that end, you say, well, how is this possible? How is it that I can create a network and give 50% charity for each transaction, 25% on trade? In other words, how is it I can give people money and guarantee their existence? Well, the simplest way I can explain that is just to show you, with the understanding that I've shown everybody over my career everything I've ever done, only to watch them lie, cheat, and steal from me on this thing called the internet, with all these trolls and all these other people that are out there surfing the internet, stealing any idea or any concept. Or I mean, you know, if you put it on the web, it's gone. Somebody's monetized it somewhere else. And that be what's motivated me to build what it is I've built. In reference to this image on the screen, that's an inverted image of the print flyer for the technology. So I'm going to move from there into an Excel spreadsheet to explain what it be that I've done. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say to you, this is a single example, and that's the United States penny. And it has a gram weight of 2.5 grams. Okay. And the QMAP construct says that what I've done is I've said that I will give 1/64th of a gram of 999.9999% metal to each account. And that's all it takes to end poverty and war. And you say, well, that's ridiculous. Well, I'm going to show you. I've also taken a step further. I've said because of the pure metals market, with the understanding we own the 5-micron powdering technology that was actually plagiarized by people in the United States, and we had to endure that, which is why we're facing so much harm today associated with lack of cash flow. I'm going to try to focus here, but my primary concern is that I've done these things I'm going to show you here today, and I'm still sitting here going hungry every day and still being ignored by governments that have stolen from me, and I'm a little upset, as any father would be. To that end, I'll accept the idea that I've made a mistake in my life, and that would be to trust people. And I would say to the people that know me, that have lied, cheated, stolen, and abused me, I forgive you. But these corporations and constructs that I've built, and the shareholders and the stakeholders of the real money behind this, which be my family, they're not going to forgive you, because laws matter. And to the sovereign nations that are silent and not assisting under the law, I'll never forgive any of you. I can't. You enabled systems based on usury, and you enabled systems based on theft and dishonesty and exploitation of children. And as a survivor of all of these things, I'm just defending my rights to be the American disabled soldier that says I'm going to take a policy in my life of living my life one day at a time, doing the best I can do. To that end, being the emotional bastard that I am, struggling with lack of food and health care, the right to travel, and all this other kind of stuff, I want to see if I can make the world understand what they don't today. So I want you to understand what you're really seeing here. This is a single U.S. penny, okay? And then the gram weight of the metal inside of it, with an understanding that what I did was I said, we have 5-micron powdering technology that lets us take any metal and produce 99.99%, which has a higher per weight value than the penny would. So, but we also said that even within that, $1 has 250 grams of metal, $5 has 1,250 grams of metal, $10 has 5,000 grams of metal, $20 has 10,000 grams of metal, and $100 has 50,000 grams of metal. That's based on the current construct that exists today. So with the metal as the gold backed, if you will, and I didn't say gold because you got to understand, we've enabled this technology for every single thing on the periodic table. I'm just using this for the example to show how you can end poverty under law and everybody be happy with triple net payments, with the understanding that the US dollar is also a single currency. Okay, so what I would do is just to show you the scope and scale of it. What we know is the total currencies, right? Well, we know that there is 184 recognized currencies. Okay, so we'll go in here and we'll go 184, right? And then what we'll do then is we'll just do the same, 184, so that you can see what happens with the amount of metal you're dealing with in grams. If it was a single penny for any currency, right? But not to lose focus, just to let you keep that in your mind, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the trading model for the Angel platform that was produced as early as 1997 and has been stolen and copied and reverse engineered and traded so many times that it's just ridiculous. But in the face of that, proving that these idiots that lie, cheat, and steal from us out here in cyberspace need to stand down, because you can't really steal a gift. Because see, that's what we really did in the days of the modems and back in the early 1991, 92, 93. We just put stuff out there on the wire because we could. And we watched people steal it. The print drivers, the graphics drivers, the object-oriented programming constructs, all of the things that were brought up into what you see today, being one of the first enablers of it, with a very simple thing. I started out with 169 lines of code that allowed you to stack an image on top of each other. And then you say, well, why does that matter today? Well, do you remember what it is I've told you that we're doing? Because what I'm trying to do here is to show you something. As I'm talking, your mind's wandering, trying to focus it in on what I'm saying. And no matter what I say, as this clock's ticking and you're sitting here looking at a screen, your mind's somewhere else. And that be the heart of what usury has done if you pair usury right beside the RF energy emissions, and you pair usury and RF emissions right beside the poisons and the toxins that are currently the soup that we live in as human animals. And of course that sounds like something that's just so unfocused, but no, I'm trying to show you that it's my motivation for why it is I've created the Q technology to end poverty. So without delay, I'll go into the spreadsheet model that actually shows what it is that was created originally in 1989 and has endured all types of changes and modifications and everything else like that. So I had told you that the Q-based account for humans would make it possible to end poverty and war. To that end, we've also brought up the US dollar based on the Angel trading platform that was originally created in South Carolina, and we've tried to simplify it today so that you can see using Excel spreadsheets as the model as to how you can end war very quickly, with the understanding this trading interval can be changed. Okay, and in this particular case, the trading interval that we've enabled is in fact, hi darling, that's my daughter, she comes and asks for a cookie. Okay, please go back over there. For the purposes of this demonstration, this trading interval that we're using today is 1 year. Okay, but not really. It's a daily trading interval, right? So per day. Okay, that's the one we're using for this particular model. So what happens is, at the activation of account, okay, that metal goes in there, and immediately on the first day, it's worth 0.04 cents. Okay, and if you're looking at what's going on here, based on the days, if you just simply scroll down, you watch the metal-based deposit increase in value just because it's there. And what we know is this is how you end poverty for everybody. Okay, and you just keep come on down. It says that 146 days, every human being on the planet has $1 million. Okay, no matter what happens, in 146 days, every human being on the planet has $1 million, and that's triple net, because all of the taxes have been paid, all of the fees have been paid, all the insurance has been paid. So in 146 days, you can give every human being on the planet $1 million US. Okay, and that's metal backed. Okay, because see, the metal rises. Okay, and you say, well, how do you know that? Well, okay, with the understanding that this is the human base account. What's actually happening? Well, they've enabled the US dollar in its intervals. Okay, remember what we said back here before, where the US dollar, if I deposit a single US dollar, and that's what we just did, okay, then that single dollar on the first day is worth $9.77. Okay, and then if I put in $5, okay, then on the first day that $5 is worth $48. The difference being is what we've done is we've said, you know what, guys, this isn't usury. This is triple net payments. We've already paid the regulatory payments. We've already paid the taxes and the fees. We've already paid the transport. Okay? And this is how you end poverty on this simple screen. Okay? And it's not based on a penny a day and double it. It's not based on anything other than proprietary algorithms that are contained within this construct. And what we know is people have been trying to reverse engineer it, steal it, rename it, brand it. And it's just wrong. Because you can't steal a gift and that be what a man does when he realizes he has died and he's still alive. He understands me, I'm speaking about me in the first person, second person, third person, because that's what you do when you die and you come back. You just learn to see the world a little different. So to that end, it's not rocket science as to how, just based on a single currency now, the end of usury be real, okay? And it not be anything other than reality of math or science. So how do you enable this? Well, we already have enabled it. What we're facing is the criminals in the usury-based systems, which is what the fiat currency structure currently is, which is what the current banking system is, which is what the current government system is. The system that we've produced, okay, says, you know what? If you're a human being, shut up. You have money to do whatever you want to do the rest of your life, okay? And you only have to do one thing. You have to keep it simple. And the simple is, every human being has a right to clean water. Every human being has a right to clean food. Every human being has a right to a roof over their head. And every human being has a right to travel. This is the only thing that it takes for the collective human being to stand up today, okay, based on what you're seeing, with a single dollar deposit in 1 year. In 1 year, ladies and gentlemen, under law, triple net payments. Okay? Free of fiat currency. This is how much you've generated that is gold, or that is metal-backed positive wealth. Okay? Now, remember what we're talking about here. These are single units of currency. I mean, I could come in here, okay, and I can change this very quickly, okay? I could go in and I could say, I want this to be, I'm just going to do it for the purposes of this demonstration. I could say this is $1,000, okay? And then in the ability to do that, you know, the numbers become ridiculous. Well, what if I said that it was $10,000, right? Well, then it becomes even more ridiculous, right? Or what if it was $100,000, right? You know, see, there is no debt. Okay, there is no debt if you back up everything with the metal. And the systems that they've created to do that are lopsided. They're centralized. Well, what we've done is we've taken the pyramid scheme that be the banking and the financial network, and we've inverted it, and we've pointed it at every human being. Okay? And we've said, with all of you smart people in the world, 9 out of 10 people die every day because a human didn't do something. 9 out of 10 children are ground up and sold as aphrodisiacs to sick old bastards that want to live forever. 9 out of 10 endangered species of animal or plant is ground up and sold to some idiot that's chasing immortality. So what we've learned over the research structures and why this is so important, if society's construct matters, and I'm not really sure that it does, because an idiot that arbitrarily defines a policy behind closed doors that affects people that they don't even know, I mean, that's just, in the real world, that's madness. No matter what they speak about, the historical construct of history and the rights and all this kind of stuff. You got to establish base human rights based on acts of integrity. And you sit around and you listen to the world's global leaders, and you sit around and you listen to the global smart think tank people, and you realize they're idiots, they're morons. Why? Because we've been victims of usury. Does it say, well, I'm being wrong to people? Am I hurting people? Absolutely not. I'm just trying to show here today. And of course, no matter what I do, as soon as some son of a bitch sees this, I'm going to have more problems. Somebody will try to plagiarize it again, just like they did with the blockchain, just like they did it with all the other technology that belongs to my family. People just want to steal because they're afraid. Now here's the great irony to it all. I know in my soul, and the people that know me in my life, irrelevant of whether or not they've stolen from me or harmed me, okay, or did not understand me, or won't accept reality, that, you know, I live my life for me first. I don't live my life for somebody else. And I've been on a mission. And my mission's clear. All you smart people throughout history, wake your dumb ass up. Okay? You can't stand up and be a leader and then the same problems keep enabling itself. You say, well, people don't need this. Well, absolutely they do, because the fake theorem of law, the fake theorem of religion, the fake theorem of economics, these are all constructs of usury to keep you living in fear, to keep you a slave, and so you don't have to do that. I mean, no human being has to do that anymore. And not because of anything that I'm saying. Because you know what? It's going to take hundreds of people to make this reality. Okay? Hell, it's going to take thousands of people. But guess what? We've done all that work too. And we paid for it. We found ways to logically deploy this in 13 months per country. And that'd be true. So, in this 18th year of the new age of reality, okay, the original white rabbit, the 17-year-old that raised his hand, that was a victim of crimes at the hands of none other than elected people in government, the father of a kidnapped child, living in a war zone, with a juridical mandate of arresting criminal government people, that is sitting here without any food or health care or right to travel, because everything I have has been stolen from me and my family, and all of the people that put their faith in me have run away because they're afraid of the truth that I've given them, or either they just wanted to steal something to go away from the war zone, or they just wanted to figure out a way to hide their crime against me for telling them the truth. I stand today and say, get over yourself. If you know me and you signed a contract with me, or if you made an agreement with me, you owe my family money. And that's based on the law. But I didn't ever need their money. I just needed their faith. And I know I told everyone in my life, one day at a time, doing the best you can do and don't quit. I know I told everyone in my life, who are you, what are you doing, how long does it take, what does it cost, and why? Write it down and sign it. I know I told everyone in my life, if you lie, you stole, and if you stole, you got a problem. So ironically, on this day, continuing to honor my word to my own family, even having to face the reality of my own children hating me, I say to the world, it's time, people. And not because of me, but because of us. There is no reason for usury. There is no reason for debt. There is no reason for poverty, and there is no reason for war. And of these things I speak, I mean no offense to the people that are in the professions of usury, or the professions of poverty, or the professions of war or debt. I'm not saying anything about it, a human being. As a U.S. Army Signal Corps graduate, I'm just the radio. And I'm very proud to be able to disclose this today with no fear. And remind people, there are traitors inside your own governments, all of them. There are traitors across the street from you. So, you can't kill everybody. That's not how you solve the problem. How you solve the problem is see the reality of today in 1 year of your life just by clicking on a button. Just by clicking on one button in 1 year of your life, you never need money again under their laws. And that's the truth. No policymaker, no government, no one has purview over this. We've enabled it that way. We're 100% independent. We're 100% neutral. Because see, we really did follow the laws. We really did drill down and understand how to do global automated payment system. And we do know that it's been plagiarized by a bank that is currently in Africa. We do know that blockchain was stolen. Because see, it wasn't really called blockchain, ladies and gentlemen. It was a very simple idea. With the understanding I was U.S. Army, and Uncle Sam knows about daisy chaining claymores. That's where I got the idea from, because I used to like to blow things up. That's what you do when you're a kid growing up in the South and you're being trained to go in the military. You have simulated environments, and are you kidding? We'd blow up the world as a kid because we learned the ways of the military commanders from the books of history. And I was thinking, well, the claymore is a pretty cool thing, so what if all those little points were quarters? And if you know anything about the claymore, that's what they look like to me. They would look like stacks of quarters. And that would be where that comes from when you grow up as a foster child, that never had any money. So I'm just trying to be me today, and say my family needs to eat, people. My family needs my travel documents, and my family needs my government to stop being dishonest to the leaders. See, the thing that is more frightening to me than anything else is they're still lying to POTUS 45. Hell, are you kidding? These people that are in charge, they don't have any authority. There's anonymous bastards on these networks and these governments. With a soldier's mentality, I would say walk up to them and blow their brains out for the stuff they've done. But see, that's not my authority. Hell, it's not even yours, But that's the anger coming out of me because of my kidnapped child and the damaged reputation that I've endured. I just want to be able to ride my motorcycle and build my data centers and connect the wires. That's all the hell I ever wanted to do in my life. And the likes of Qualcomm and Motorola and Raytheon and Boeing and Lockheed and all the rest of them. I mean, you guys need to be ashamed of yourself. You stole from a disabled American veteran, exported it to another country, so you can enable your usury. And that'd be the truth. So, I guess you just reach a point in your life, it doesn't really matter anymore, you know. You spend your whole life working for other people, and you created a solution that allows them not to go hungry anymore. Or you create a solution that allows them not to fight anymore. And then they just want to fight. So, I mean, I'm going to be quiet now and say thank you for listening. Yeah. Hope somebody hears me today. I really do. Because my family's in great need.